everyone, welcome back to How To Tuesday. This week we're Oh, you mean this? Is that what you're talking about? I know. It's my wrist cuff. It's kind of cool, right? So this week I'm going to show you how to make a really fun and decorative wrist cuff. To make your wrist cuff, you'll only need a few items. You'll need 2 pieces of felt. It doesn't have to be in 2 different colors. You can use the same color if you like, but felt works best because your fabric won't fall apart. You'll need embroidery floss, a button, an embroidery needle, a tape measure for measuring your wrist, and a pair of scissors. To cut your felt, you'll want to measure your wrist and then add 2 inches to that to make sure that you have enough room to button your button once it's all done. So I measured mine at 7 inches, and this would fit someone with a small 5-inch wrist. You can decorate your felt however you'd like. Mine is pretty plain here, so I'm going to embroider my initials on them. You can embroider initials, stripes, dots, flowers, whatever you like. Or you can sew on a bunch of different buttons, or maybe even sequins or something to add a little bit of sparkle. Now that I've embroidered my initials onto my first piece of felt, I'm going to take both layers and put them together just like this. And then I'm going to use my most favorite stitch to put this together, and that's the blanket stitch. But you can use a running stitch or a whip stitch, however you choose, as long as it holds both pieces together, then you're in business. So with my blanket stitch, I'm going to come up from the bottom, I'm going to give it a pull, and then I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to go through the loop, and then a tug. And then I'm going to do this across the entire top of my bracelet. And then I'll do it down the sides, along the short side, and then all the way across the bottom, and then back up the other side. I've embroidered my initials onto my felt. I've sewn on my button, and I have done my blanket stitch to hold everything together. So the last thing that I'm going to do is make my button loop so that I can wear my bracelet. So I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to go through the bottom of my bracelet and then back around. Just do a little whip stitch. And then I'm going to go into the other side. Now this can get a little bit tricky because you want to make sure you leave just enough to reach the other side of your bracelet and loop around your button. So here's my loop. And then I'm going to do a balloon knot right here. And that's going to keep my loop from moving. And there you have it. Give that a little snip. And you can now wear your bracelet. We'll bring this around just like that. And there is your personalized hand-embroidered wrist cuff. Join us next week for a new craft on How To Tuesday.